just wanted to share. I don't know why these thoughts come up, and I thought maybe I would share them with you. It helps me a lot. I think the first time I ever really remember child molesting ever being an issue, because my mom had a very torrid past with being molested herself. She was always someone that the friends or the abused sisters kind of gravitated to, and I appreciate that about my mother. She was as helpful as she could be as a broken person herself, trying to heal. And I appreciate that she would always try her best. There was a sister who was from back east. She was dealing with her own issues. Her husband had molested her 17-year-old daughter, and he was an elder, and she found it very difficult to get justice back east. And this was about, if I recollect, I was probably about 12 years old. So in the around 80s, in the 80s. So my brother was about 6, and I had never heard of that before. I'd never heard of a sister going through something like that. And she was like a deer in headlights. That's what I remember. I remember her eyes, and I remember she was really having such a hard time trying to get justice. She had moved purposely from the East Coast to the West Coast, hoping that the elders would be more kind to the situation, to be more helpful, to have more justice here. And her daughter had gotten pregnant, and she was trying to figure out what she was going to do next. She was going to have her first grandchild, and her daughter was going to have her first sister. Her sister as well as her first child. And that was really tough for me to understand. I was very young. And she disappeared. The sister just disappeared. It was at a time when, it was really early on that I could recollect as a child that these things were happening in the congregation. 12 years old. It's my first recollection of molestation in the congregation. And I have to say, there was no one at that point in time to talk to. Were there facilities or places for that sister to go to with her 17-year-old child for emotional support? I'm sure in Satan's system, yes, there were. Did the elders encourage that? I don't believe so. That is what I would think. They would not encourage her to do that. And she disappeared, like I said, so it was very difficult to see what happened, how that got resolved. And I would imagine that it would be it's so chaotic and destructive. It would never be the same. Now, right now, my children are having a lot of difficulty trying to process what just happened, because our friends who we were connected to were like our family. So they no longer have that connection. It's difficult. and my oldest is, and she tears up. I think as a parent, to be able to listen to that and without judgment and irritation and just be quiet with the pain, I understood that was going to be a process for me, but I also have to remember that it's a process for them. My 8-year-old seems to be a lot more resilient. She's a lot younger, but because I was a regular meeting attender. We continued to do I was regular in my hours when it came to monthly hours, at least a 10-hour publisher. I would say I had gone through I had some setbacks, medical setbacks, so physical setbacks, so I couldn't go like 10 hours a month. But what I'm saying is I was very consistent and I was very regular. So I understand this is a cut. This is something she just is having a hard time with. But as a parent, and how I saw molest dealt with over the years, or not dealt with over the years by the elders, by the branch, I would prefer her to have this pain than to ever have her innocence taken away. And then I could never replace that. I can't ever replace that. I could never give that back to her. I can comfort her right now. I can listen to her pain. And I can be in it with her. But once somebody molests your child, you can never give that back. You can never give that innocence back. My encouragement for families that are going through this, go and get the proper help. Go on the outside. Protect your family. I am. Because I know there's no safety net. If there was if my child was molested, nope, the elders would not help me with the situation. They would not be behind me. They would say, yeah, you go ahead. You do it if you want to. But guess what? We can't. We have to step back. Nope. Protect your children. And yes, for people who are having children that are going through what my children are going through, let them have the pain. Hear them out. Be with them, walk through them, with them, walk the pain, walk it with them. Let them see you cry, and you cry together. It's okay, feel the pain. It's like anything else. Death, if you don't mourn for it, it comes back and it haunts you. But you could never give them their innocence back. Friends will come and go. So, I hope that helps. I hope that gives some comfort. I think too, this is a wonderful venue. It's a game changer for people now. They can be able to talk and connect and see each other. I always remember, asking my husband, did you see anybody? Did you see anybody I might know? On YouTube? Yeah, so if my dad had this venue, if he had heard people talking, I think it would make it a lot easier. It would have made him not feel so alone. And that maybe, he could see that there were other people that thought very differently about disfellowshipping or what he was going through with his family. And they could hear each other experiencing the pain. And like I said, there's recovery from molest, there's recovery for different types of addictions, but when it comes to Jehovah's Witnesses or Mormons, there is cult recovery, but it's hard to recognize that you're actually in a cult. So you don't realize what is going on around you until you kind of just disconnect. And it's expensive. We live in Orange County. It's very expensive to live in Orange County. And so, to get help, I understand it's hard for people. It's hard for people to get help. But it is available. And if you can't afford it, YouTube is wonderful. I like the positive and respectful approach with how ex-Jehovah's Witnesses talk. I noticed I shut down as soon as I heard language that I wasn't used to, or language that I don't use. A bad word at the right time is, oh, how good. I respect having that. To be able to say a bad word at the right time, I get it. But to constantly hear it, I don't want to hear that. I'm not interested. I don't want angry, because that's not, for me, I didn't want that. I want what I'm hearing to help me. I have to be careful with what I'm listening to, because I want to get through this. I want other people to get through this. And you feel naked. You feel stripped. You feel disenchanted. Everything just flips. So yeah, purposeful. I want to understand what I'm feeling, and I want to hear positive feedback from others. So I hope this helps you today. I hope that you find this helpful to get through whatever you're going through right now. Some of us are feeling a little worse than others. Just don't give up. One day at a time. One day at a time. I like what we read. It was very good. I'm going to redo it. Okay, I'm going to reread it. You have a good day, and follow your bliss, and be good humans.
Yeah, Dr. Jason Morrison, theologist again. I just want to say thank you for watching the videos, and I hope you got plenty of self-rediscovery and freedom out of it. If you watched it on YouTube, please share or like, maybe even comment. If you watch it on Facebook, like, comment, share. But most of all, get out and live. This isn't a rehearsal. You've got a one-off life. Don't let your loyalty and your faithfulness blind you to the life that you should be experiencing. Till the next video, thank you for watching, and bye for now.